The process is very, very simple.
Here's Johnny. Thank you. Well, hello there, social media family. Then if you are among yourselves, being subscribers and visitors alike of any persons to be possibly considered, some as such. Yes, of subscribers and visitors alike who are affiliated or associated with and are representing that being of my own particular YouTube social media channel, likewise chat room or comment section. How are you all doing? Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay, if not better yet to be said all right. Or if not, best of all, you put like this here, whereas any of your persons, you and yours, your family, friends, and me and mine, could possibly claim to have become or be of a status where you could say, I feel blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, your family, friends, and me and mine, of course. And moving right along. Now that I got the preliminaries out the way, being that salutation or greeting or whatever I said. Sorry about that. And what is the icebreaker to be called? Basic intro and footnotes out the way, then let's just dive into it. Cannonball. Yeah, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Okay? But then I'm stuck here in this dump, of a hellhole where I'm at now, in a really bad neighborhood, and with some really, creepy and suspicious neighbors, being the likes of public nuisances of problem neighbors, compared to where I was, at before in a better neighborhood, being of a vicinity community otherwise before, I had to relocate here on short notice just to keep from becoming a rank and file of the homeless or derelict transients suffering from the homeless disease, as it could be called. Most of them are that way because that's the way they want to live, or that's their preferred lifestyle. Alternative nature. They're not trying to do for themselves. Living from hand to mouth, expecting so many freebies. Ooh, cookies, free cookies, free Christmas cookies. Oh no, I'm not dissing each and every one of them. I mean, not all homeless are that way, because that's the way they want to live. But then I have yet to check out a couple few free eating spots and soup kitchens myself. Unfortunately, since public aid cut not only my food stamps down, but my cash benefits. Once again, like how could they do that? It's not like I'm a millionaire. I'm on a rather limited fixed income, so you know, unless they're giving me food stamps and cash benefits like those Venezuelans that they've been giving for the longest. I don't know whether or not some or such are still getting that. Being more than likely, more often than not, they are in some states compared to others within the continental USA, United States of America. Like for each individual person, like last count was like something like you know 20,000 in food stamps on a regular basis and 5,000 in cash benefits. I'm like, what in the world? And with me and some other brothers were discussing these matters. Now they come to mind before I get back to the original subject matter. And we were saying more words or less. Yeah, you used to see these Venezuelans summer anywhere and everywhere hanging out on the corner. And now you don't see them doing so much as that then because they got cars now that they have bought. I don't sound like some kind of country bumpkin from down south. Where you finna go? Yeah, now they like they have bought cars and motorcycles with all that with all the freebies or funds, and buying vacant buildings and remodeling some or such, to call their own. I'm like, what? You mean to tell me Uncle Sam is putting these foreigners before American citizens? And as the majority, most of them are these Venezuelans coming from a dictatorship for the third world country, the nation of Venezuela. Before then, that particular one was like supposed to be in a democracy, and it was one of the richest countries or nations in the world. Now it's one of the poorest and one of the most violent. At one time or another, El Salvador was some as such in his own right, but now, so far as criminal activity or crime there is concerned, you don't hear a peep out of any criminals. They ain't doing nothing in El Salvador since the new president took over and cracked down on the riffraff, drug pushers as well as any others, some or such, Man, you could walk anywhere in El Salvador and nothing jumping off so far as crime is concerned. The military as well as the police have got El Salvador locked down up under the new president. Ain't no crime jumping off coming from any, major criminals. If anything, it'd be something like so petty, so, like, I don't know. No, not even so much as that, El Salvador is one of the safest countries or nations in the world at the moment. Trust me on this, Yeah. Anyway, though, getting back to the original subject matter. Let's say I was wagging the dog or change the subject, Yeah. What I thought you were. Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. Oh God. Hold up. Yeah. Anyway, though, yeah, and moving right along. Hopefully, this new year be a better one for one in many, or more than quite a few, or at least some, if not all, persons, such as it is just around the corner. whereas baby New Year is about to come in, and and, and, and old man year as we have it is about to go out. You know, and in the meantime, I'm stuck here where I'm at. And lately I've been finding myself not being able to go to sleep at normal hours. Like I suspect that, you know, mainly or mostly certain neighbors, they could possibly be responsible for me, you know, yeah, losing sleep. Because for consecutive nights in a row, I find myself up until the crack of dawn, not being able to go to sleep. And then, when I do finally doze off, I wake up the next day and it's like the afternoon. I'm like, what? Well, with the exception of this particular day, because what happened the previous night, I couldn't go to sleep. And then I slept practically the whole day away. Oh, possibly. Whereas it'd be bad enough to be sleeping to 12 noon. And I'm like, what in the world? Somebody has done something to me. And maybe some doctors and nurses for that matter. Not that I'm like against the jab, if you know what I mean, but I'm not for it either. I'm neutral when it comes to that. Somebody were to get more information. Hopefully nobody gave it to me without my knowledge and without my permission. So I would get more knowledge upon some such. And so much for that conversation. Anyway, though, yeah. So I'm stuck here in this neighborhood, being one of the less preferred ones. I just gotta bite the bullet, so to speak. Hopefully, never literally or actually, make contact with some such in any regard or in reference to street factions around here, and neighbors from damn hell. Whereas this one neighbor, being the main one of a local drug pusher of a creepy cowley and a faggoty poop butt and a pissant, has got me calling the police on him a number of times, as well as I was, making contact with the management of the building, informing them of real estate administrative representative personnel how he be causing me problems, And I don't want to go into that because this year is supposed to be going out and we're supposed to be welcoming the new year, And as I was saying, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I hope it'll be a better one for more than quite a few, Yeah. I mean, when you look at matters from one point of view, if not another, then you really can't complain, if you're still 6 feet above ground and 6 feet below ground. Every day is supposed to be a new day, a fresh start, I went to this one free eating spot today, and two brothers got into it, and the younger brother, who was, much bigger than the older brother, he should know better than to be, jumping down the throat of an old man. I mean, he had him by his throat, choking him from there, And it's a good thing that the caretaker of the place, that is the one who runs the show, who sponsors all that, the soup kitchen, didn't catch him at it like so, because I think he would have been barred from that particular free eating spot of a soup kitchen, because that's like attempted murder. You know what I'm saying? He had him by the throat, and other brothers like that. Hold up there, y'all! No, 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 don't do that. And Christmas holiday is just around the corner, and Christmas meal, for that spot. I'm like, what? But then there was this other soup kitchen not frequent, and I hear that the pastor had passed away that was running that, and so the service of the soup kitchen has been put in the hands of somebody else to continue, serving the general public. Though somebody was like saying, if a soup kitchen don't get enough people or persons to eat there, then they close it down. Anyway, though, how was you all's year? Okay. Man, well, at least I made it through it. Though I don't have a job at the moment. So disregard all this here. Though this is part of the plan or program, I could become a security guard in the future. A security officer. It's a plan among other matters to consider for self-improvement and self-progress. And I'm not in school at the moment, and I don't have a girlfriend either as the present given moment in time. So how much less a fiance or future wife? And I wouldn't bring her in this dump anyway with these neighbors, especially the main one being of a local drug pusher, because it's bad enough to suspect that he could be possibly trespassing my premises of property, the place of residence while I'm gone from the building, trying to take care of some personal business matters for my own survival, than to think that he himself could possibly, worse yet, be trespassing my premises of property, the place of residence, the apartment, while I'm here trying to get my arrest, and could possibly attempt to do something to me, while I'm sleeping without my knowledge as well as without my permission. I've been having my suspicion about that. That's why I be trying to get, from the management to the police to check the what you call the electronic digital surveillance camera in the hallway. If it's real, unless it's just a dummy up there for show, and so that I could get the video film footage or the feed of some such equipment as that, then so that it could be reviewed, because the police told me that if he's on there and there's incriminating evidence of him trespassing my private place of residence apartment, then I'm to call them back, and then they'll come back to the building and have him arrested. They arrest him, But so far, neither the management or the police has cooperated with me. Whereas the management telling me one thing and the police is telling me another, Whereas at one time or another, the management is like saying, yeah, you have to make a request to the police to come out and check the camera. And then the police is saying, yeah, you have to make a request of the management, and then we take it from there. I'm like saying, well, what is what? Somebody's got to be lying then, for whatever reason. Anyway, though, getting back to some of such other. So I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and hopefully one of my New Year's resolution would be to quit gambling my own personal finances away, as I'm one of the most unluckiest gamblers in the world, Then because how much less would I have any money for moving expenses, and not to mention to pay the first month's rent to a future landlord in a better neighborhood than where I'm at now. If, I'm playing games of chance like that and making, you know, Arabs and Jewish persons own these different stores and so forth, happy as a clam, to be playing their that is making purchases of tickets out of their lottery vending machines, and then be playing their games of chance of video gambling machines. I ain't getting nothing. Like I could if I win any money, just a little some of my money back, and very little. And so I better not contemplate going to again to any, riverboat gambling joints or any little actual, much more familiar gambling places or businesses. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I never, took a chance and risk gambling any rent money, not even utilities money or phone money, Because then I would be out of doors, as one of the rank and file of the derelict transients, as in homeless, God forbid. Well, I just thought to share that with you all, and saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to each and every one of you, believers and non-believers or unbelievers alike. Well, hopefully any, unbelievers and non-believers will become believers in God, because tomorrow's not promised to anybody, and people in down hell want ice water. And so, therefore, in this last note of intro, I would like to say, if you have not gotten Christ as your own personal Lord and Savior, I hope that you would think to do so now while the blood is still running warm in vain, by recognizing and realizing what he himself had done or did upon the cross of Calvary on the hill of Golgotha, something at the hands of Roman soldiers upon the orders of their superiors, religious, political, military, etc., but mainly and mostly religious Pharisees and Sadducees. Well, as he went to that cross of Calvary, God, who had come in human flesh in the form of a man, so that he could restore the breach between himself as God and mankind made in his image, or humankind, so that anybody were to profess faith in him from there would come be blessed in one regard, another more one. First and foremost, with his salvation being in which is the only means for entrance into the kingdom of heaven, become a citizen thereof, and the only fire insurance against the lake of fire down hell. And the second of all, with his deliverance. And if you make that transition for the great beyond or hereafter, you don't have that blood sacrifice of the Lamb of God upon it within your soul, then your final destination will become the lake of fire down hell, to be assembled with the rest of the unsaved, lost down human souls, or unbelieving and unbelievers, to be tortured and terrorized by the devil and demon, to burn forever, compared to how we as believing God will be across that great divide that separates heaven from hell, and be among like-minded believers in the presence of God and his angels, and so be blessed down here upon the planet Earth, and hopefully become a blessing on the others by sharing with them the gospel of message. That is the gospel message of salvation of our Lord and Savior Christ, is what I meant to say. Let's peace continue regular in my mind, compared out of Prince of Darkness and to confusion. You all take care and be safe. And we out. Peace.